Listen up. You are now listening to News with My Fiancé with DJ Ambush and Morgan Jones.
Hey.
Good morning, fiancés.
Oh, man.
Hi, Ambush.
Good morning, Morgan Jones.
I'm back.
You are. You're back in the building.
I'm excited to be here.
Man, I'm excited to have you, and I know our listeners are excited to have you back.
Well, I did this the last time that you held it down by yourself. Number one, thank you so much. I told you not to, but thank you for doing exactly that. I do want to just check in with the fiancés. You know, how'd it go?
I love it.
Did we all make it through?
How'd your boy do?
How was he? Don't spend too much time on it, you know? I do expect a few text messages. Little updates, you know?
Oh, my God.
How is everybody? I missed you all.
Hey. Look
I'm
at
excited.
You are excited.
I'm happy to be here.
Happy to have you back. Know that deep down in your soul.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to have you back.
It was a rough one, and I'm happy to not be in that position. I am also excited for today's show. A lot of things happened in this week.
Yeah.
We say that every week.
Yeah. But it's true every week.
But it's true every week. There was a, fourth Republican debate yesterday.
Yeah, I caught some of the highlights this morning.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Could you give us one?
Chris Christie.
Woo!
He was being interviewed afterwards by Dana Bash. And he was like, well, you know, I'm just a truth teller, Dana.
Oh,
you know me. And I'm like, sir.
Not Bridgegate. You can't be over here talking about I'm a truth teller.
So he came running to Nikki Haley's defense, saying it was insulting, the things that Ramaswamy was saying. Went ahead and said none of them have the cojones to go after Trump and say he's unfit.
He's right about that.
And that DeSantis was just dancing around with memorized answers.
DeSantis is doing himself a disservice. Ron disservice.
I love it.
I don't understand what he's doing. I can't grab it. Also, I'm having a hard time believing that man is 44 years old.
DeSantis?
Yeah.
No.
It's just
you think he's older?
Oh, 1,000%. Like,
okay.
I mean, I don't know that he's actually older because he, maturity-wise, is not, I think, 22, you know? But, like, that is a hard 44 if it's 44.
So I was going to say, and you might agree with me, you know, a little bit here. When your life has been what he continues to make it, he could be 37 looking like that.
Spoiled milk.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, yeah.
And he's probably looked that way since 35. Like, Ryan.
Hate does age you.
Yes.
You know?
We got a couple texts already.
Oh, did we?
Welcome back, Morgan.
Yay, thank you.
Ambush did great last week. He had some insightful things to say. Well, you know what? Thank you very much for that.
We love that.
Thank you very much for that.
Ooh, someone said trust in your man.
Hello.
And you know what? You right.
You right.
Plus, I do.
You're right. That's why she let me do the show by myself.
Yeah, you just got to check in. You know? Just got to make sure.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
This is a follow-up.
It's a follow-up. So, you know, put a pin in something, you got to come back to it.
Yeah. So, what did you hear about the debate?
Okay, so I only saw a little bit too. I was trying to pay attention, but I am heavily distracted by just how bad Ron DeSantis is.
Mm-hmm.
But Chris Christie, the part that I saw, Chris Christie was like, you know what? I have absolutely zero to lose. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to do the things I know for certain you won't. And I think that, you know, great strategy. Chris Christie will never be president. He won't be president of a, you know, school board. He won't be president of anything ever again, likely. Except for, you know, maybe he'll be CEO or president of a corporation where he'll make millions of dollars for doing absolutely zero.
There is. I see that happening.
Yeah, I could see that one. He'd be the president of transportation. But he'll never be the president. So he knows that. I think he's always known that each time he runs for anything. I think he knows. Likely not going to win this. But for this one, someone does need to be saying, like, hey, what's it going to actually look like if you guys let that authoritarian dude become the president again?
Let me ask you this. What chances do they have of stopping him with the margin being so wide?
Oh, I have no idea.
I mean, the Koch brothers did step up behind Nikki Haley. That does mean
I think,
something.
You know, you got to diversify your
Evil
investments.
Oh, investment. That's what. Okay.
Investments.
Your email.
Got to diversify those funds. You know, they do not believe in a woman being president. Like LOL. But you know what?
Unless
wealthy conservative people love to do is throw money away. They absolutely love it.
Now,
as long as you don't get universal health care.
They don't believe in women being president or in control unless in their minds this is just an errand girl for them. Then, you know.
I think you're still giving them too much credit.
Really?
I think so.
I was
They're still going to treat Nikki Haley like she's somebody's secretary.
Oh, so that's my point.
But
yeah,
so I'm
definitely.
saying that so she's not ever going to be the president.
But couldn't she be the president at their service?
You got to convince everybody that you have her under your thumb, right? But patriarchy tells us that women are wily. You know, those emotional creatures just can't be trusted. They can't be tamed. She, you know, one day she believes in our message, and the other day
she had her period.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is probably true. She probably did.
She probably did have a period.
Yeah.
Like women do. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Wow. Okay, good point.
I just don't think I think that it's all just it is all theater. Yeah. And if we are going to, you know, buy a suite, let's just see what happens here in this race over it. You know, it's just, I mean, it's literally not real to some of these people. Just none of it is real. It doesn't impact their lives in a way that is detrimental at any point. So it's just fun. It's just stuff to do.
Dang.
So, yeah, we can back Nikki Haley, you know. What were they going to do with that money they aren't paying taxes with anyway?
Facts.
But Chris Christie is like, hey, none of you guys are strong enough to say that Donald Trump is not a good president and he's not fit to be president again. And I'm going to say it. He's not fit for it. So I thank you, Chris Christie, I guess. You know, like, you're right for once. And but I don't know what it's going to mean to anything. I think it's good that someone in that realm is saying the things that he's saying. I think it is good to remind people that this person is saying they're going to do some wild stuff. They've already done some wild stuff. Is that really what you want to be a part of? You know, like, so
he said, we knew he wasn't going to get Mexico to pay for the wall. No, he didn't say anything.
Hello.
And there was something else he mentioned, and I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah, he said we knew that he wasn't going to fix the debt in 4 years.
You can't.
Right.
But so Chris Christie, even in that, it's an indictment on you. It isn't just like, oh, I'm being honest. You're also exposing that none of the things that you guys say you care about, you actually care about.
That's the additional framing. Yes. He definitely said it like it was an indictment on him, but not to the extent of what you're saying, where, you know, the things you say you care about, you don't care about.
Right.
Yeah. He just made it seem like we knew he couldn't do it, and we let it slip by, and we...
No, you were part of the people saying we're going to have to let it slip by.
Right.
I think it is important to showcase how every single person up there. So the part that I saw was Chris Christie saying everyone up here said, with the exception of himself, that even if Donald Trump were convicted of the things that he is currently facing, all the charges he's facing, they would still vote for him.
Yep.
And
that I remember.
And it's important to say that out loud. It's important to remind Republican voters, you're doing this. This is what you're saying you're willing to do. And this is the time to say those things. It's not time after he is the nominee. Now, do we all assume he's the nominee? I guess. But I mean, I want us to stop thinking like there are foregone conclusions in things that haven't happened yet. It is not November 2024.
Good point.
And there's plenty of time for Donald Trump to not become the president. So if we just assume that's what's going to happen, then that's what's going to happen.
This is going to happen.
But like, keep reminding folks, what did this dude do for you actually?
Right.
Or did he help wealthy people and wealthy people only? Did he do a lot more harm than good? Yes. And is he saying that he'll do even more? The man said, I will seal the southern border the day I'm elected.
The day.
He's already, like, friends, he has already been elected and already knows that you don't do anything on the day you're elected.
Nothing.
You don't even get sworn in on the day you're elected.
Bruh.
The day you're sworn in, you know what you're doing? You're out getting sworn in. You're not doing executive orders.
Moving.
And where's the seal it how? You spent all this time talking about a wall that you couldn't construct, that could not happen, that you had could not figure out which budget to take it from. So you were like, so someone else can pay for it. Did a GoFundMe. Shout out to Steve Bannon. Defrauded all of these people. Over and over and over and over again. And y'all are still, they are still out there paying this man's legal bills.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
yes.
How do you vote for someone who literally says to you, I'm going to do a thing that I couldn't do before, but I'm going to do it in a day now?
Watch. Don't believe me.
Just watch.
What
does it even mean, seal the border? Do you hear it?
I hear it, and this is probably a good time to tell you while on the air. I have an inside man with Trump's party. And they've given me the details.
The details?
Yes, on how exactly he plans on sealing the wall. Are you ready?
I'm here.
Duct tape. He's gonna duct tape. It's just, he's found out you can get really big rolls of this stuff, and they don't tell you that.
Industrially.
Yeah, they don't tell you that because they don't want people to get these big rolls and start wrapping each other up in these big rolls. So
they just don't want them to seal the border.
Yeah. So he has contacts that will give him the big rolls of duct tape that he will then use to seal the border.
Does the duct tape go on air?
It goes from a piece of existing
structure
to another piece.
What if there's no structure?
And you wrap it around the mountain. Come on, listen.
Wrap it around the mountain.
I need you to,
duh.
You know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking.
Suspend reality.
Silly.
For a sec, you're such a realist, Debbie Downer.
It's true.
Progressive type.
But I would love. You're right. I'm on board with wrapping the mountain in duct tape.
Come on, man.
That does seal a border.
You're on the air. Don't lack vision.
Ooh. give me the Mind Stone. You know?
Wow, bars. Yes, that's what we're dealing with. I feel grateful for YouTube because I don't want to have to watch these debates. Just clip it out for me.
Oh yeah, fam. I'm actually unwilling to sit through a 3-hour Republican debate. I'm not doing it.
No. Clip it out.
Not when I already know. I can tell you every single thing each one of them will say. And so I don't care about Ron DeSantis, his 4-inch platform shoes, his lies about whatever. I don't care about Nikki Haley and her bag of lies either.
The worst.
Just putting a bow on the bag. Vivek is wasting our time. Let that boy go write a book.
Seriously. That's all he wants to do.
Go away.
That's all he wants to do. We got a text. It doesn't affect them. It's just fun. It's just stuff to do. Feels like that could describe so much of our political leaders today.
Like almost all of them.
Yeah. Every single one of them.
Every single one of them.
Is Di-Fi still working?
Okay, she definitely died.
Okay.
Wow.
Listen, it went on for her term went on for a little long, and then it just became a constant in the back of my head.
Well, yeah. She was solidarity with RBG there. I'm just going to write it out. I'm sorry if it messes up anything for y'all.
Just going to show up at the office and kick it.
I'm going to die in my seat.
Yeah.
And good luck to everybody who's going to have to figure it out once I'm gone.
McConnell.
God, can you imagine that woman's desk?
Disheveled.
Like,
stacks of newspaper everywhere.
I think about that kind of stuff randomly, like, when someone gets fired and they're just like, unceremoniously just gone.
Right.
And you find stuff in their desk that's like, 15 years old and it's
like,
not even theirs, but why is it still there?
I asked them for this paperwork 1,000,000 times. And here it is. I'm telling you, Mitch McConnell's desk is going to look cray.
I just wonder what, I got questions. None of that matters, Ambush. We got to get back on track.
All right.
Okay?
All right. Another text. Welcome back, Morgan. Ambush killed it last week.
Ooh.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
You guys are awesome. Keep up with the good reports. She'll never know what we really got into.
It's true. I won't. And I know that Kyle has made it possible for me to know what has happened, and I'm probably not gonna get to it. So your party is, it's happening.
Thank you, Kyle, for all that you do.
Always.
In general.
So, we have a couple of topics today. It's a little different in the way that didn't go too hard in the paint and trying to find a whole bunch of stories. It was far more like, wow, thank you for setting this gently in my lap. What I'm now going to affectionately refer to as the PDX City Boys are down bad.
Not the PDX City Boys.
Yeah. Dan Ryan has bowed out. He, expressed some interest in being mayor because he was like, big boy in charge. And then he was like, actually, don't want.
Because it involves work and he's allergic to it.
Well, I think, there's something to be said.
All right.
But Rene is getting ready to rumble. He done put his hat in the ring. We knew it was coming.
Things
he's
I
about
don't
to
want for 800, Alex.
Duke it out with Mingus Maps, huh? Everybody's excited.
I wonder if they're cahoodling.
Oh, you're wondering?
Hey, Mingus and Rene, between the two of you, who you guys decide is gonna win? Who's gonna swing behind who? Let me know. Who's gonna swing their followers behind?
It's gonna be interesting when you got the men of color of the City Boys who are both incredibly pro police and will take money directly out of someone's mouth to put it in the police's pocket.
Bruh.
Both of them. I mean,
Both
there's
of
no...
them. Both of them.
Literally both. So, yikes. So we're going to talk about that. If we get to it, the police shot another one of our neighbors and killed another one of our neighbors just yesterday. Rest in peace to that person.
Officer involved shooting.
Another officer involved shooting. And we'll get some details whenever they feel like it. Whenever they want to say something. Shout out to old Chucky boy there. Chuck Lavelle left the gift that keeps on giving. Executive order-esque policy changes of just a sweeping policy change across the board. We will no longer give you the names of the officers within 24 hours because doxing is real to those officers. And so a clear and present danger that we must absolutely avoid. We will tell you who did a killing whilst on the job.
The officers themselves are the clear and present danger.
Could be 15 days, could be 28 days.
Could be 50.
You know?
I've
still
never,
active investigation.
I've never spent any waking moment, maybe sometime in my subconscious, but I've never spent any waking moment wondering where Chuck Lavelle was. And in this moment, you stepped out of the position. And what are you up to, Chuck? What's happening? Did someone bump into you at Freddy's? What's going on with old Chuck? Is he spending his time fishing? What's happening? I'm curious. What have you moved on to? What's the next step?
Ceramics.
I
don't know. Probably not.
He's going to announce for mayor.
So, in national news...
Chuck said, I'm going to be the Eric Adams of Portland.
We already can't. Don't. No,
Okay.
We don't want. I don't even know what I was going to say. We have one. We have an Eric Adams.
It's been done.
It's the Portland PDX City Boys. We've got a bunch of them.
Jeez.
So in local news, in national news.
Yes.
Renaissance, a film by Fiancé.
Hello. Have you seen it?
It has hit the theaters. Have you seen it?
Have you seen it?
Do you plan to see it?
Yeah.
More to the point, how are you feeling about the fact that it is showing in Israel? Is that hitting you in a way?
Yeah.
Is that making you have some
reservations? Is it giving you pause? You know? Do you feel befuddled, beloved?
That's it.
You know?
Yes.
We want to know.
You know, what is it reasonable to have certain expectations? Is it unreasonable for these people not to be using their platforms? We're just asking questions.
Okay, don't use that phrase. No.
I'm going to continue to use that phrase.
God.
Are you kidding me? Joe Rogan has the biggest podcast in the world. Why wouldn't I use some of his
That's how we're going to get there?
You know?
Oh, gosh.
The algorithm will pick it up. They're just asking questions. There must be some Joe Rogan experience going on in there.
Okay.
Boost it.
What I'd like you to do is consume less of these negative podcasts. Because we don't want it to just trickle. What are you going to do? Start quoting Fresh and Fit? I don't want any of that
first
to
of
start
all,
trickling.
they don't even exist anymore. So thought you knew.
They do. They just not on YouTube.
So they don't even exist anymore. These are fake podcasts. Fresh and Fit. I know that people listen to it, but I'm tired. You're not going to throw 18 mics around a table and tell me that you guys are doing something.
Just start talking. Also, listeners, do not listen to Fresh and Fit. Don't go down that rabbit hole.
Definitely do not.
Please do not. This is, in all sincerity,
I've done it for you.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't go there.
The manosphere is a tough place to go.
Yeah.
No matter who you are. Even if they don't know that you're, like a lady behind the screen or anybody who doesn't agree with the pure hatred that they have.
Vitriol.
Just the violence that they can't wait to do. It's wild.
My twin FD brought up a really good point. He was like, if you look at the views for some of these really hateful manosphere podcasts, they're not doing the numbers. Like, they're doing numbers to people like us, consumers, that, you know, maybe put up the video of your niece's birthday party and things like that. But in the world of like YouTubers and people that are making money, they're not like doing the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the numbers that they are doing, a lot of that is us saying, can you believe this? Take a look at this.
Yes.
I can't believe they said this. Look at this. And that's where they're getting a lot of their views.
The hate view.
The hate view.
I mean, yes. And when I see little kids responding to like a Sneeko.
Yeah.
With, oh my God, I'm meeting my hero right now. We F those bees, you know, like down with the women's.
Dude, you guys are heroes to 11-year-old.
Well, but you're shaping an 11-year-old to be a violent predator.
Absolutely.
That's what you're doing. And then blaming it on a short skirt.
Yeah.
Or, you know, a period. Like, it's wild. It's wild. It's violent. It's disgusting. It's all of those things. And there are people that genuinely take that in.
Oh, yeah.
So there is a place for, you know, the pushback, because you've got to say why this thing is bad. And also it's the, you know, confliction of, am I making it even worse?
I think I agree with you. There's got to be a place for the pushback. And with that is the understanding that in how we push back, we are also sharing the content. So putting that in context when we're talking to people, say, hey, you know, look, this show gets a lot of views. A lot of these views are.
Yeah. Start using screenshots instead of links,
yes.
You know, like show their
Screenshots
faces so we
views.
know who they are, but also don't share necessarily the content. I'm with that.
What happened?
I just read a text.
Was it from Rudolfo?
Yes.
Rudenstein?
It was indeed. Do you want to read it?
No, you read it.
Oh, thank the gods she's back. Woo! I mean, what up, Ambush? XOXO Rudo, the red-nosed listener. I'm in love.
Terrible.
The next one says, it's irresponsible for B to not use her platform, but she's a capitalist and she don't care about anything but her bag. It's interesting to watch folks melt as they realize they have idolized someone they don't know and who has co-opted liberation. Ooh, she don't care. Ay. Next, follow-up from the same person, Taylor, even worse. Okay, I feel like you're in my Google Doc. Get out.
Get out of the Google Doc.
Get out of my Google Doc.
Get out of the show doc.
What are you doing?
Spoilers.
Come on.
Spoil the show, bro.
Sheesh, but yeah, absolutely, all that. So, Ambush, I would love a music break so that we could get to the PDX City Boys.
No. All right, let's do it. We break it for the musics. And we are back. This is News of My Fiancé with DJ Ambush and Morgan Jones.
Do it.
Oh, don't listen. I will play that. Don't play with me. I'll cut you right off. After that. What?
Said more music break. Okay.
All right. It's just one of my favorite songs.
It's a really good one.
Man.
We got to reel it in, though.
It's true.
I just said this, that the show goes too quickly, and it's already after 8, so it's over.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for listening to News with My Fiancé.
Slow down.
What?
Slow down. Okay. Jeez.
All right, fine. Well, you want me to hop into it, or?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
In this season of House of Cards, Make It Stop. Rene Gonzalez, first-term commissioner, otherwise known as a rookie, known for his centrist approach, announced his bid for mayor. His focus on public safety and livability apparently is resonating with some voters and facing criticism from others. Commissioner Dan Ryan, initially interested in the mayoral seat, has decided to focus on his current role. He will continue addressing livability, homelessness, and public safety challenges. a proposed ballot measure granting the mayor veto power was scrapped. And I wonder why. Commissioners Gonzalez and Ryan, who teamed up to tell us voters that we don't know what we're doing, both initially supported that, and then they opted to wait to evaluate the new government structure before pursuing changes. Then they said, we still gonna do that. And then now they're like, never mind. Mingus, another commissioner, has declared he was the first, I think, that declared his candidacy for mayor. He wants to offer a Portland 2.0 vision, just
what does that even mean?
Upgrade. I think that's all that means. Bug fixes.
Okay, fix some bugs.
Yeah. He's emphasizing consensus building and tackling issues like homelessness and public safety. Now, I don't know if you guys are hearing it. I don't know. What?
I was going to say consensus building.
Yeah. Well, how can I get you to do the thing if you don't believe if you don't know about it?
Is this a phrase we're going to have to start hearing more and more? Because they're going to just keep throwing it around?
Yeah, 1,000%. Yes.
Is this you prepping me for this? Or?
I think maybe now. Yeah, this very moment.
I don't
get
want
ready
it.
now for hearing how much we need. I mean, you already hear consensus building. You already hear let's reach across the aisle. We need bipartisan support. You already have it. It's just a different, just put a little touch on it, a little
bit more scritch on it.
Because consensus builds.
There we go.
Character
Dings
and consistency.
Oh, okay.
And charter schools.
Take it away. And charter schools. Okay. There's too many things. Okay, so that's the story part, right. The news story. Rene has declared. Right. So
we now have Mingus and Rene. This is going really good for us. It's going really great. Dan Ryan has said, actually, I'm going to let y'all have that. I'm going to be over here watching you guys implement this new government structure. And Tevis is working, over there with Jessica, trying to figure out how they can continue the joint homelessness services without actually using them or something. I saw
that announcement. They had a presser.
Yeah, good
yesterday.
For them. Hey guys, we want to do we need 3 more years of, but this time we'll do it better. I guess. This time we'll do the thing we said we'd do last time, but then we'll not do it because that would actually help somebody. So instead we'll probably be right back in 3 years asking you for another 3 years.
So let me show you how this works, guys. When you've done 0, doing better than 0 just means 0.1. Like, give it a rest. Give it a rest.
I want to know how Mingus and Rene what they plan to run on. How do you plan on getting elected when you can't run on the angry black lady scares me?
When you can't run what?
When you can't run on the angry black lady scares me. When you can't, they ain't got no Joanne to run against. They have no. It'll be Candace for city council, but
we know who they're running against. Mike Schmidt.
Okay, but the mayor and the DA are different.
True, but we're talking about all they need is a punching bag. It doesn't need to make sense because even them punching on Joanne didn't make sense.
Yeah, but you're forgetting the racism part and the misogyny part. It's not going to work as well against a younger white man. It's just not. That's why you have to have a People for Portland and a Kevin Dahlgren doing all that they're doing, because it isn't the same. Okay. You don't have to do as much convincing of that angry black lady is angry over there. And she said that shouldn't have the police around. Like they both ran a very distinguished misogynoir campaign to me.
No, you're right.
And it worked. And so Portland, we got a lot to talk about because it continues to.
Yeah.
It's happening with Candace right now. They're starting. They've been starting with her, but like I really want people to think about it. Candace Avalos has never been an elected official. She isn't yet.
Right.
And she gets the ire.
Like
she gets it as if what she's saying, like, hey, maybe we could be humane about a thing. People are like, death to the woman.
Yeah.
What does this Blatina want from us?
Yeah.
Like
she spent 4 years wasting our money on something.
Right.
She has not been.
Right. Like she defrauded us.
Right.
Like she was taking money from homeless services. Like y'all not where is Rene getting the smoke for endorsing Kevin Dahlgren and putting him in all of our face? Where is that? Because he has not. Where's the reporter asking him to condemn that work?
Right.
To condemn, to take responsibility for the fact that y'all was like, yes, we heart Portland or whatever that stupid thing. We need that because obviously the city can't do it right. Okay. So the city is making decisions that are even worse than what you are saying the city would do if it was there, if they did it themselves.
Abysmal.
What would you vote for that for? Like Rene does nothing. He does absolutely nothing but introduce cruel ballot measures and instigate and intensify classism and defend those things and then say, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and eat hot chip. That's all he do.
To eat hot chips?
Yes. That's it.
What?
He just throws things out there that are cruel, that aren't going to happen, and then is like, yeah, I absolutely stand on this. I won't give people tents. I won't give them that. This is not harm reduction. Let's introduce a ballot measure telling everybody that they're stupid, and then, oh, okay, I guess we won't do that. But you already, you threw it out.
Like,
it's out there.
What is
you cannot take back. I will never forget you saying there aren't 12 qualified people to be in Portland to be on the city council. You have been doing a job for 13 months. You have literally zero to show for it. And you think you deserve a promotion? If you don't get the fail up out of my face, like you do not get to do this. There's no reason. He has shown us absolutely zero to even consider him for a promotion. Please think of it this way.
Yeah.
Please think of it that way.
That's what it is.
What has he done? What has Mingus done? What have they shown you?
They've both grinded my gears.
It's a no. It's an absolute no. And there's time for people to jump in the race and all of those things. But like this is the silver lining for me is hopefully both of them is off councils. We see you on no lecterns. We see you on no dais. Like you are.
Nothing. Go work on your book.
Go back to, write your book, ride your bike.
Yeah.
Run your business or whatever it is that Rene says he did before. Go away. Because we do not have the time to waste at all anymore. We never did, but we definitely don't have it now.
No.
But you're absolutely out of your mind. Like I want to know what the plan is here. Rene ran on that scary black lady wants to take away the police who are allowing and when she took the police away, which she never did, it made crime explode because homeless people use drugs in front of me, and that's scary too. And then like you ran on this. What has changed since you have been in office? What has Rene Gonzalez done besides cruelty?
Right.
What has he done? Taking away the tents, did it mean that there were no tents on the street? Does that mean that you don't see homeless people right now? Opening up the safe rest villages that nobody who actually understands what needs to happen could ever be excited for.
Right.
Opening those up has done what?
And
are there no more people on the street?
Right. Right. We're getting the results that the people who work with this population and work with these citizens told you would get. Like they told you this stuff will not work.
What
these measures will not work.
Is not a thing.
And you're like, well, we've got a company that's based outside of Portland that we need to pay for this.
Well, they understand that what we're doing as a city is enabling people to cool.
I mean, that's just a really solid point for anyone to run against them on, really. They have been telling you that we're going to fix this and that their plans are going to work. Where's the evidence? None. Please stop listening to people that are selling you dreams. Period.
Also, we need to just have a quick one. Rene Gonzalez is not a moderate.
Yeah, you gotta stop saying that.
He is not a centrist. He is an Overton window shifter. That is what he is. That is what is happening right now. If we believe that that level of cruelty is the middle,
yeah,
like that's
concerning.
That's incredibly concerning, because what we're saying is that really isn't actually extreme. It isn't extreme to allow people to die on the street. It isn't extreme to accelerate their dying living on the street. That's not extreme. That's a middle of the road, centrist position. What we should do is bootstraps. And in real life, that is extremism. That is this. As much as we all have, breathed that air and have been taught that we need to pull ourselves up from our bootstraps and rugged individualism, that is extremism. That's the end. That's not the middle. And we got to stop looking. Don't look to that person as if there is some sort of rationality there. That's not what. Like, Rene Gonzalez is not here to fix a problem. He's not here to make that problem even go away.
Nah.
Until I'm blue in the face, poverty is a policy choice. He, as well as anyone else in these positions, absolutely knows that.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how much money that can be made off of this. He endorsed a person to do it. He's doing it.
Right.
Every time they don't release funds to these nonprofits that are supposed to be doing things that are actually tapped in with communities, that are actually helping people, when they slow up their funds, when they don't make it possible for those organizations to do their job and then go, well, I guess they just can't. But see, nothing works. We just got to put them in jail. That's a thumb on the scale, ain't it?
Yep. Desired effect. Desired effect at the very least.
Like, so every single time you see somebody say this is going to be great, like someone on Twitter, it's my stupid fault for being on there, but
Babe,
it was like,
it's formerly Twitter.
For this, we could call it Elon's project. I don't care. Somebody, in the announcement of Renee's run was like, finally, just what the city needs. A moderate Democrat to come in and get things done. And I was like, curious to know what kind of Democrat you would call Ted Wheeler. And that person responded, another moderate Democrat. So what the city needs is more of the same.
Boom.
What the city needs is exactly the same, a do-over. That's what we need. Do it over, but make it the same. To which this person replied to me that Rene has courage and conviction. And did not ever respond to my question of for what, of what, to do what. Where? Courage and conviction to say things out loud like, I don't want homeless, I don't like the poor.
I don't want homeless.
Neat.
Yeah.
Look what he did. That is courage, strength, wisdom, or something.
Courage and conviction for being cruel.
Yeah.
Throw the other C on there. That's what this is about. And you find it courageous because you too want to be cruel.
So badly want to tell these people how much you hate them.
Y'all like to conflate telling it like it is with cruelty. And because you don't have the platform, the opportunity, or maybe the courage outside of sharing memes and being on Twitter and being on Instagram and hopping in comments, that's where your courage, that's the wall it hits in your cruelty. But it's so important to you that someone else is out there being as cruel as you would like to be. Like,
they got the power.
Stop it.
got the power to enact the cruelty. Let's make it physical. I think that there's, just such all of the divisions work. And they continue to, for some reason, we cannot just get out of it. We'll talk about some of that a little bit later. But the divisions work. And until we recognize them for what they are political strategies. That's it.
Yep.
They're political strategies to keep certain people in power and to keep other people out of it. And until we realize that is actually fully systemically how it has to go in order to keep a capitalistic society, we can't recognize it off top. Like until we can realize that that's always the root, we're going to see all these different, talking points as something that's not associated, but they all are.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all in order to keep us mad at the thing that we should not even care about and not pay attention to the thing that is it's right there. It's right there. It's right there. It's right there.
And we have all the tools to fix these things.
We do. We have the tools. We have a bunch of different blueprints. But what we also have is an opposition that is ready and willing and excited and has the energy to expend every dollar and every molecule of energy to make people suffer.
Yep.
And if that's no matter the motivation, it that does not matter to me. Your motivation in that moment doesn't matter. The end result is people suffer in order for other people not to.
And that strategy, it's consistent no matter what the issue, because there are solutions, fact-based, science-based solutions, data-based, statistically based solutions to a lot of this stuff. And it's just like, well,
how can we trust that data? Well, how would we be able to? I don't know, guys.
How can you verify these findings?
So you're saying the police gave us those statistics, huh? I'm going to have to look into it for myself.
That's a switch. So now y'all trust police?
What? Hello.
What? Why are you talking that way? What's happening here?
We got a text that says, "Meet the new boss. Same as the old boss."
Quote from Pete Townsend.
Yes. That's it?
Yeah.
I just don't understand the excitement for it. I don't understand the people who, whose personalities are now fix Portland because homeless, because poor. How can we? Livability. I want my city back. Like all of those folks who then, genuinely do not actually care.
Right.
What are you laughing at?
Your impersonation was really good.
All of those people don't actually care. They don't really want the fix. They don't, because that would involve reading a book. That would involve
work.
Listening to someone who has actually spent time dedicated, knows this stuff. Because because many people are very quick to decide, I just learned of this thing. I'm a problem solver. I'll solve it.
Boom. I'll go change the world.
It's just
you sit here.
They've just been waiting for me to do it.
Yeah. That's the best part. That's my absolute most favorite part. World needs saving. Be right there.
Yeah. Let me go get my Iron Man suit.
Oh my gosh.
Except for you work for Geico and you don't know what's happening here. You haven't even read the article. You read the headline and you were like, I'm peeved. Dude.
You read the headline, you scrolled, got a couple pull quotes, and bam.
I am so tired. People are really will rest on.
Yeah.
And the amount, we've said it a million times, but people don't go back to a story. They don't go back to find out what's the follow-up. They don't go back to find out that there weren't, in fact, 40 decapitated heads. They don't go back.
Right.
So they sit with This thing that didn't happen, people are upset with the thing that didn't happen. They're excited by a thing that didn't happen. Whatever it is, they're motivated by things that didn't happen. And that works when it's in Wakanda, but not when it is where you actually live.
You're in the room where it didn't happen.
You damn it, fam. You're gonna make me do a cuss. I don't. I'm tired. Do not even let these people, like, they've played in our face. Like, look at it this way. However long the campaign for city council was for Rene, add that to the 13 months of him doing this job.
What are the results?
What are the results? If you were doing his performance review, is he getting the 5s that y'all don't give to people? Or is he getting an honest, you are mediocre. You're not even great at what you want to do, let alone what you lied about and said you would do. You know what I mean? Like,
bruh.
Same for Mingus.
Bruh.
So we know that they, like, however long that has been of playing in our face, of wasting our time and our dollars, do not give them the opportunity to do more of it. Do not give them the opportunity to be the major roadblock in the way of transformational government. Neither one of those people can be a part of this change.
Right.
Not the people that are trying to stop the change from happening, telling you don't even know what you want as change, telling you that you wouldn't be able to implement it because there aren't 12 of you smart enough to do it. And the rest of y'all are too dumb to figure it out because you voted for it.
I need one of y'all to announce. I need one of our listeners to announce. 2 of them, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Because we need options, and we need them soon.
We do. We need people that believe in what we have voted for.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need people that believe in, that have the imagination to be able to see a different form of government working, not just being another problem.
Right.
If your problem solving is limited to the framework with
any existing framework,
right, then I don't want it, actually. I don't want to hear your plan. I don't care about your plan. Isn't a plan.
No.
Your plan is more the same.
The problem is the existing framework. And if you don't understand that, you're disqualified.
That's it.
Yeah.
These are not, this, for the people that are always like, you know, leftists or progressives always want to burn it down.
Mm-hmm.
This is literally implementing change in a way that doesn't burn anything down. It is showing you. We don't want complete and total anarchy in the way of, you know, civilization just falling.
Mm-hmm.
But give us the opportunity to implement the things that we're talking about. Give us the opportunity to show you that a different form works. Because the only thing you're telling us is the thing I'm saying doesn't work. The thing we're doing doesn't work, but I'm going to continue to do what we're doing because the thing you're saying doesn't work.
Right.
Huh?
Right. We just got a text from some. Don't you look. Okay. Don't you look. I'll read it.
I'm looking
from
at the ceiling now.
Someone that you have been waiting to hear from for a while now.
Oh.
I will read.
I'm not looking. I'm still looking at the ceiling.
Damn my uterus. I'm just too hysterical to make a plan. Crystal.
Crystal, where have you been? Good morning. Now I'm hysterical. I have goosebumps. I'm smiling very big. Oh,
that was a real squeal.
Crystal. That was a squeal. Oh, good morning. Yeah, it is sad. It's sad that we just can't make plans.
Yeah.
Those things just get in the way.
All right,
can't even.
So we know Crystal's not going to run. Her uterus is in the way. So some other listeners, we need you guys to pull it together.
Yeah.
All right, let's hop into a music break.
I would love it.
Yeah. And we are back. This is News My Fiancé with Morgan Jones and DJ Ambush. Join the conversation. Shoot us a text at 971-220-5979. That is indeed 971-220-5979. That's right. I played that Tuxedo. Don't tempt me with a good time, Morgan Jones.
It's a good one.
It's a great one. Amazing video, too. Absolutely
really great video, and also just the ad libs alone. I don't love instrumentals. Like I am listening to music for all of it. You know, I need the lyrics.
Yeah,
those might be the more important part for me.
Mm-hmm.
I could listen to that instrumental,
man,
with the ad libs. Just throw the ad libs in. Yeah, I gotta do it like just. That's all I need.
What?
Just
put that on loop.
Put that on loop, and I will get work done. And my feet will be tapping.
Exactly. Stand up, do a dance break, sit back down, do some work. Oh, my goodness.
Speaking of dance breaks.
Hello.
Huh? Segway King.
Okay, so we will be discussing the Renaissance. And I want to bring you up to speed, MJ.
Okay.
Me and Bree were discussing the upcoming weekend. And, you know, we're going to be working Black Horror Night at Tomorrow Theater on Sunday, which leaves Saturday kind of open. And she's like, Dad, we have so many movies to see. And I was like, you're right. And we started running it down. The Marvels, the new, what's that, Hunger Games film.
Oh, she really wants to see that.
Yeah, and Renaissance. And I'm like, well, I think we should start with the two I said, first off, we should start with the ones that are going to be leaving the theater soon. And maybe we can do a double feature.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So we are now cordially inviting you, and I guess we'll extend an invitation to Kaylin when we get home, to join us, me and Bree, who have made plans for the family this weekend to go see the Marvels and Hunger Games.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were about to say.
Yeah, I mean, Renaissance, we got a little bit more time. Is all. Renaissance, it just hit. Come on, it just opened.
It's a concert film. It runs Thursday through Sunday. Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
right.
You know, do you boo?
Okay.
Sure. Saturday, you know, come in.
Maybe we'll see you early on Sunday.
Wait, am I busy Saturday? I don't know. We'll figure this out.
Schedules.
The way you just looked at me, like, how dare you say that? But I might be.
Did I? I'm sorry. That wasn't what I was trying to convey.
Oh.
In that glance, the glare.
It was
Apologies.
more a glare. Yeah.
Apologies. So we didn't get a chance to go to the concert, but I've been told that if you missed the concert, no worries. This film's going to give you a lot of that. And someone said it was great to be able to see, because every show was different, costumes, different things like that. So they were like, watching the documentary, I got to see more. I felt like I saw more of the concert because I'm seeing it in different cities, and, you know. So really, I'm really, really excited to see this movie. The album is, what's that? Flawless. There's the word I was looking for. As a DJ, I appreciate so much of it. Just as a person that loves to, you know, tap the toes, move the shoulders.
Get those shoulders.
It's a very danceable album. It really is. And, you know, really, really excited to see this film, for sure. But there has been some issues, apparently. A little blowback.
Blowback for
the film screening in Israel. And also with everything else, you know, with this conflict happening, with the genocide happening.
There you go.
There hasn't really been any word from our Queen Bee. And I understand people's frustration there.
How do you feel?
I do not feel as though that affects my relationship with her music, because I don't have the expectation for her to make any public stances.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was definitely a time when I won't say more confused, where my viewpoint was shifted shifted to a different position. And that was because of hip hop and my relationship with hip hop and my understanding of what hip hop was. I'm listening to artists that are telling me in their music we share the same ideals. And in interviews, they're living that out. In their real life, they're living that out because that's what it meant to be a hip hop artist in those time periods. Like, you got to be real. If you're talking about it, you be about it.
Yeah, but were they ever?
Unfortunately, I think some of them were.
What I mean is, were they living the life that actually aligned with what you perceived?
To the greater degree, no.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for as much as it's like, yeah, the real, and we want to, what do we know?
Right. Y'all in the studio, not in the streets. Chill out.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I remember the first time I kind of like wrestled with that understanding or that position was with ASAP Rocky. And he was asked during an interview, can't remember what publication it was, what was his feelings on the BLM movement and social justice movement and, you know, police brutality. And his answer was very against the grain for everyone else at the time. He was like, hey, man, I'm not in those streets. That's not what my interaction with police looks like today. I am going to parties. I am living my life. I am not the person to ask and give an opinion on that. That's not my lane. And for a lot of people, it's like, you're black. What you mean it's not your lane?
Right.
What you mean? What is the matter with you, sir?
Right.
Are you too good now? Huh? You've elevated past all of our issues.
I mean, questionable.
You know? But then, you know, and you guys probably don't remember this, or maybe you remember from the last time me saying it, but then you have a young Kendrick Lamar commenting on Mike Brown, saying, well, what was he doing in that store?
Pull your pants up.
Yeah. Do we need more answers about that? What was he doing in that store before interacting with the police? What was he up to?
I don't know, if you just comply.
Yeah. And he wasn't alone. Pharrell Williams was there with him, issuing the same kind of concerns for getting to the truth.
Well, someone's got to get after it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Someone's got to ask the tough questions.
Right.
What about gun violence in Chicago?
Right. So to go from hearing one of my faves be like, hey, man, I ain't in it. I don't need to talk about it. Talk to somebody else about it. Then hearing two of my other faves say the absolute worst thing you could in those moments. It was pretty sobering for me. Like, and I remember coming out and saying, listen, I don't want to hear no rapper talk about nothing unless it's they in the booth.
Yeah, actually, I take it back.
I take it back, guys.
Please don't talk.
If this ain't over music, keep it to yourself.
Yep.
Please. Because, nah.
Well, I mean, so I have a couple of things.
All right.
I think that, or let's do this. I don't want to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
No. So I'm saying, do you want to bring that into Fiancé?
The owner of the internet?
Yes.
For anyone that, you know, isn't clear, I am in the hive, so watch your mouth. Yeah. I think it's interesting that people are having some conflict, are upset with her. There was a mention of her not being vocal during, you know, the rise of the BLM movement and the protests that were happening, not just nationally, but worldwide. And there were some inaccuracies even in that, the way they moved, the way the Carters did move around that time period. Like, they were bailing people out of jail. Like, they were putting funds together. There were things that were actually happening. But again, it's less about what they are doing and what they have said, these celebrities, and more so about our expectation. Like, what is the relationship that you have? Do you listen to this person because they're a revolutionary? Like, it's not like you're listening
Right.
to Bob Marley and Peter Tosh and then being like, hey, when things are happening in real life, they're nowhere to be found talking about it. You're like, it's
Right.
different. This isn't, what's my man's name? Not Terminology. I can't remember. Yeah. This isn't like an underground rapper who speaks about nothing but this. This isn't like
Right.
Zach De La Rocha. Like, this is Beyonce, guys. This is Beyonce.
I agree. But- so here's my thing.
Immortal Technique. That was the rapper I was trying to remember.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry. I didn't mean to have that reaction.
It's funny. Yeah, so it's great.
Yeah. So the debate to me is, should we be like, or that's happening, is that should these brands or should these celebrities be using their platforms to speak about political things? And if they aren't, what does it mean? Blah, blah, blah. To your point, should they speak about, I think that people, because we have a certain relationship with whoever the celebrity is, that whatever it is that they do. So if it's, for Beyonce, music, culture, right?
LeBron.
Fake book reading. I don't know. What's the connection there? Okay.
So I was just naming celebrities
pretending.
and our affinity to them.
Just pretending. I mean, fantastic athlete. And then also 2+ and stop being on page 1 of every book. It's literally for the gram.
At this point, you better be trolling.
Just
us.
read the book. My word. Sorry. Way to distract me, Ambush.
Sorry.
But the way that I look at it is, we are expecting people to have that same, like, you want Beyonce to talk about it because you assume Beyonce feels the way you feel.
Right. And
to your point of having disappointments like Kendrick come out and be like, yeah, I wonder what was going on. Why would you be stealing blunts? Like,
my God.
oh no, you're talking wrong.
Oh
no,
no.
Wrong way.
Hit the button.
Just stop.
The button.
Wall. Hit the wall. Where's the duct tape? Seal the border. Tell him to be quiet. And we can't have it both ways, because you're not going to bully these people into talking. And then when they I don't actually care, or, stand up and I support Israel. Like, what did you do when you saw all those people saying, stand with Israel? What'd you say to those folks? People that are, and this is not me saying that they don't deserve critique. I absolutely believe, if you are a person with a humongous platform, if people actually listen to you, and do what you have the ability to shift culture, you absolutely have to say something.
Right. I
think. Or should say something. You don't have to.
Should. You don't have to. But it'd be nice.
That said, it is us making a lot of assumptions. We are we are in parasocial relationships with these folks. We believe because I connect with your music that you connect with why I connect with your music. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even, continuing to use Beyonce as an example, Lemonade came out. People lost their minds like, oh my God, Jay-Z and Beyonce are getting divorced because he cheated on her. And so look what this, number one, this amazing art we got, but obviously they ain't together no more. And they are absolutely unshakable in this moment.
Can I tell you, maybe like a month or so ago, we were at an event together, and we were in conversation with people. And even then, like in the 20 and 23, the impression of that time was their albums were battling each other.
Oh, like, go home.
Like,
Like, you don't think that they help each other. This is where, like, my mind gets blown. I'm not saying that I am not guilty of having parasocial relationships. That is what this is. Like, it's one-sided. It's a one-sided relationship.
Yeah.
Right? However, let's not be delusional, friends. Jay-Z and Beyonce could love each other. They could also be business partners. I don't know what their situation is.
Right.
What I'm not going to do is assume that, or what I know for certain is they help each other write music. They help each other make music. They help each other do this. So, like, if you think Jay-Z didn't know that Lemonade was happening, if you think that Beyonce didn't know that 444 was happening, they made an album together directly after. Like, you think they weren't making that album at the same time?
Deciding what tracks
Which
go
one
where.
goes where?
Yeah.
Like, we can't be so wrapped up in that parasocial relationship, but then leave all of the context off the table.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Leave all the context and common sense off the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in any other instance, to that point, would you be expecting a billionaire to do the things you're expecting this billionaire to do? And I'm not saying that these people don't deserve critique, but you are looking for someone who is deeply entrenched in capitalism to do something completely opposite of that.
Right.
And I don't think that's reasonable.
Right.
And at the very least, maybe it's reasonable, but it is an unrealistic expectation to have and to hold. Because then what happens? Like, you aren't divesting from these people.
Right. You know
what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, now you're just mad, but you're still going to do the things. I think that it's ridiculous that anybody is doing business in Israel, but I have thought that for many years. It's not just since October 7th.
Yeah, it didn't just happen, guys. Ben and Jerry's also thought that. Shout
out.
Yeah. Somebody, go ahead.
No.
Okay, somebody said, like, directly to your point, they can't all be Nina Simone. They should probably try, but it's a pretty high bar, so I'll cut Beyonce some slack.
Listen.
Yeah. A couple more. I want high-profile people to, quote, do the right thing, but at the same time, I'm not getting so wrapped up in my parasocial relationships with human brands that I look to them for moral leadership.
Yikes. That's it.
It would almost be worse if they tried to claim that space.
Oh, my. That's Michelle. It has to be, because I was literally getting to the point of, I don't know that they should even be in that space. I don't know that we should be asking them to be in that space. I'm pretty positive we shouldn't. Right. They don't know enough about that space.
Right.
We are asking people who live in a completely different world. And I mean that wholeheartedly.
Yeah. This is not their world.
This is not their world.
We sit here and we watch. One of the reasons we respect them so much is because we know how much work they've put into what we love and what we're consuming. Mm-hmm. Where in that 28-hour workday do you think Beyonce is sitting down getting refreshed on foreign affairs and getting all the information that she needs to adequately convey, her opinion to her fans who are not there for that?
That absolutely. And then also, when are we going to mitigate our what we actually expect? Because we are projecting onto these people. This and if I'm wrong, and that's not Michelle, my bad. Whoever sent that message that called them human brands, we got to think about it in that regard.
Yeah.
Everything we get from Beyonce, very specifically, is the most curated and controlled narrative that anyone has.
Yeah. Down to a smile.
Down to a smile. And understand, this woman keeps making films about her work because she can't trust someone else to make a film about her work.
Ooh.
But what happens in those films is we feel like we just got a glimpse into who Beyonce is. But what was the glimpse? What did we see? We have to take some responsibility in what we are projecting, because her being, dressed as a Black Panther at the Super Bowl is amazing. But in the same performance, she's saying, I'm the Black Bill Gates.
Right.
I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Those are opposing views. You cannot You know what I'm saying? Like, so how come we can leave that point out and just be like, well, she is a revolutionary because she dressed up as a Black Panther on the Super Bowl. Beyonce has not given you any reason to believe that she would be in the streets in a protest.
Right.
She has not given you any reason to believe that she is going to affect systemic change. And before our time runs out, where I want us to get is away from these conversations that are distractions. If you have more smoke for Beyonce or any other celebrity than you do for the politicians who are being paid hand over fist while being paid with our tax dollars to send our tax dollars to fund a genocide, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is misdirection.
Yep.
This is, I'm not sure if it's racist. What's in their heart? I don't care.
Thoughts and prayers.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody's even talking about DJ Khaled. He's Palestinian. Ain't said a word. Where's your smoke?
Yikes.
I am not hearing the same smoke for Taylor Swift. Her same situation, concert movie.
Record sale. All
the things premiered in Israel. I did not hear the same. And I think that if, a question happens, there's the difference between, I wonder if Taylor Swift should have not done that and burn the witch Beyonce because she's doing this.
Right.
Pay attention to what that is. But more importantly, that's not the point. Those one people are not going to actually make the BDS movement happen.
Right.
We are looking at individuals instead of the systems, and that's my entire point, is stop getting caught up in what this one person would, should, could do, and pay attention to the people who are actively and loudly doing the thing you want this person to condemn.
Right. Right.
Because at the same time that you're talking about Beyonce, you're also telling everybody to vote for Joe Biden. You're telling on yourself. You are telling on yourself that you don't actually care about these things in the way that you say everyone else should.
We got a bunch of texts. We'll fire them off. At the end of the day, I'm going to have more respect for any artist using their platform to speak for liberation.
1,000%.
Yes.
1,000%.
Fiancé, super hope you're on the air today. Just saying 2 things. Happy Hanukkah, and also a whole F no to Rene. Going to run for Rene being Portland's mayor. Gross.
Happy Hanukkah.
Incredible stuff. Newsflash. Beyonce is not Angela Davis.
Bruh.
How about go listen to Angela Davis?
How about it? How about it? Sit there for a second, because in all honesty, we, again, to the point of the blueprint's there. We don't need the new person to do the same thing. The blueprint's there.
Yeah.
Please do go back and listen to Nina Simone.
Yeah.
Do watch some of her concert footage where she ain't playing.
Right.
And that there are no cuts. But we can't expect that from people that are loud and proud capitalists. We absolutely have to stop expecting that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all want to love Rihanna and love everything that she does, but she is, head of a lot of things that are doing bad things that harm. Like if your fashion company is rated worse than she, and I think that we got some things to talk about.
We definitely have some things to talk about. We definitely.
I think that the rating should just be exploitation.
Yeah, it should be a rating. Check a box or not. Exploitation, yes or no?
Right.
Boom. It's not who exploits worse than the other. Another text. Folks project so much on these strangers, and it's wild.
Yes. Yes.
It's absolutely wild. Man, MJ's back.
And we back.
Big tings.
We back.
Big tings.
I love these text messages. Sorry, I should not be looking at them. You already read them. but it's exciting.
Yeah.
I am very happy to be back. We did not get to really talk about all of it.
Yeah.
You know. But I think the point is made. I think what we should be doing is paying attention to actual liberation and not looking for revolutionaries out of entertainers.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very clear difference. A very clear difference. And we are putting their revolutionary things on them. Like, an outfit is...
It's an outfit,
It's
guys.
an outfit.
It's literally an outfit.
It's a song.
Yeah.
But the track record is not Beyonce the revolutionary.
Right.
The track record is not most celebrities being revolutionaries.
No.
And the track record is certainly not billionaire revolutionaries. Like, we gotta really just keep these things in mind.
Yeah.
Your parasocial relationship with these folks is not gonna make them change. They don't know you exist. You can keep saying, you better do this thing. And they don't know you exist. I would love for that energy to be put to the people who are supposed to know you exist.
Right.
Like the politicians in your community and nationally.
Yeah.
They owe us something. They actually owe us.
Right.
And we are looking at people who don't to save the day. And they're not going to do it.
Literally not their job.
Literally not their job. And the people who say that they're going to and we elected them to do it are laughing in our face because they don't do their job.
Facts.
And we don't hold them to account. So, but it is tight for us to, talk about Taylor Swift and Beyonce and what these movies mean. I will say this, though. It'd be super dope if she came out and said something in the way of, please don't appropriate my song, that seeing people take Break My Soul as a anthem for themselves in Israel, as the power dynamic is incredibly obvious.
It's wild.
You are talking about a song that is literally about liberation for oppressed people.
And whilst oppressing people.
Whilst oppressing an entire people. Keep in mind that when you're seeing Israeli people at the Beyonce movie singing "You Won't Break My Soul," there were 1,200 Israeli people killed on October 7th. There are 16,000 plus Palestinian people dead by now. And you know what? By yesterday, because I have no idea what it is in this exact moment. Keep it in mind. Keep it in mind when somebody is... That's why I use the word appropriating. You are doing a colonization right now. And you don't get to use that song as your song for genocide. So if it's me, if I'm Beyonce, I'm definitely saying that ain't for you.
That ain't it.
That doesn't mean it's going to stop it, but I'm going to let it be known I see you doing it and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I ran over.
It's quite all right.
We love y'all.
Today's show made possible thanks to Morgan Jones, She Back, and DJ Ambush. And of course, our podcast editor, Kyle G. Thank you so much, Kyle. Remember, don't let the individuals distract you from the systems. Poverty is a policy choice. People over profits, power to the people. None of us are free until we are all free. Thank you so much for listening.
Bye.